Welcome dear student. Today we will start a new chapter in physics that is related to heat. So our new chapter is measurement and effects of heat, class 8, and this is a part 1 video of this lesson. So let's start the lesson. So before starting the lesson, let's answer few questions. First is, which sources do we get heat from? So there are different forces from which we get heat, and we get heat from sun rays and also from sources of electricity. We have is, how is heat transferred? So there are three methods by which heat transferred. So first is conduction, in which the heat from the stove transfers to the pan via conduction. That means through the solid material the heat is transferred. Next is convection, and the heat is transferred through the water via convection. Third is the element transferred heat to the kitchen via radiation. So these three are the method by which the heat can be transferred through solid, conduction, liquid, convection, and radiation. Third question is, which effects of heat do you know? First effect is expansion. So when heat is provided to a substance, the molecule gain or absorbs the energy and vibrate and force other molecules apart, and as a result expansion of a liquid or a substance takes place. Next effect is change in temperature. So when heat energy is provided to a substance, the kinetic energy of its particle increases, and so the particles move at higher speed, and this causes rise in temperature or increase in temperature. So you can see the temperature is increasing while providing the heat. Next is change in state. So when you heat ice cubes, they become water, or they will convert it into the water, and water on further heating changes into steam or vapor. So liquid becomes, so solid becomes liquid, and liquid becomes gas when heat is provided. So change in state due to heat. Next is chemical changes. Since heat is a form of energy, it plays a major role in chemical changes. And when you cook food, due to heat provided to the food, only the food particles become soft, and these are all the chemical changes takes place due to the heat. So heat is a form of energy which flows from an object at higher temperature to an object at lower temperature. You can see the flow of a heat from hotter object to colder object. And temperature of a cold object tells us how hot or cold that object is, and the temperature of a cold object is lower than the temperature of a hot object, and thus the temperature of ice cream is less than the temperature of tea. When we give heat to an object, it expands and it contracts on cooling, and also the state of matter changes due to heat. It means when heat is provided to water, it will expand or its volume will increases, but on cooling the water, what happened, it will contract and it will convert it into the ice cube. So state of matter changes. The unit of heat in SI system is joule and calorie in CGS system, and 1 calorie is equivalent to 4.18 joule, and 1 calorie heat is required to increase the temperature of 1 gram of water through 1 degree centigrade. Now next we have to learn about sources of heat. So let's understand the different sources from which we get heat. First source of heat is as sun, and the sun is the biggest source of heat received by the earth. A large amount of heat is generated due to the nuclear fusion reaction taking place in its center. And in this process of nuclear fusion reaction, what happens? Hydrogen nuclei fuse together to form helium nuclei and generating heat in this process, and some of it reaches the earth in the form of light and heat. It means in the center of the earth, in the center of the sun, what happens? Nuclear fusion reaction will takes place, and you can see in the picture also. And nuclear fusion is a process in which one or more light nuclei like a hydrogen, they will fuse together to form a heavier nuclei like helium, and they will produces more amount of a heat, and that heat is reaches towards the earth. So this is one of the source earth. As the temperature at the center of the earth is high, the earth is also a source of heat, and this heat is called a geothermal energy. So student, you can observe the picture on the screen, and you can see on the center of the earth the temperature is maximum, that is 6,000 degrees centigrade or 11,000 degree Fahrenheit. So it also produces heat, and this heat is called as a geothermal energy. Of energy is the source of heat is chemical energy. When fuels like wood, coal, petrol, etc. burn, there is a chemical reaction between the fuel and oxygen, and heat is generated in this reaction. So next source of heat is electrical energy. So in your daily life, you have seen several equipments which produce heat with the help of electricity. For example, electric press, electric heater, etc. And thus electricity is a source of heat. So by using the electrical energy, heat is produces in these types of equipments. Of energy is atomic energy. So a huge amount of heat is produced in a very short time when the nuclei of some elements like uranium, thorium, etc. undergo fission, and this is used in atomic energy. So student, in the atomic center or atomic power plant, what happens? Nuclear fission reaction of uranium taking place, in which the uranium will absorb the neutrons and it will convert it into its isotope, that is U-236, and that isotope will split into two lighter nucleus of elements like krypton and barium, and a very large amount of heat is produces. So this is also a source of heat by nuclear fission reaction. Next source of heat is air around us. So a large amount of heat is present in the air around us. I hope you all have understood this part very well, and next part of this lesson we will continue in our next session. Thank you.